platform. I'm Keystone and this is Redbone. We launched this platform as a way of speaking to the people from a point of view that we feel may have been overlooked or just not heard. It seems to be a lot of interest in the city of Pakoima, a few miles north of Los Angeles. Our story is too complex for just one point of view, so we decided to give you a full insight into our hometown, Pacoima, California. We're going to get into our history, street culture, politics, sports legends, and music legends. From the sometimes bitter, sometimes sweet relationships between the blacks and the Pacoima Latinos, to the contentious interactions with the Foothill Division Police Department. Pacoima has a unique voice that distinguishes itself from the greater Los Angeles area. We've heard from everyone else, now it's time for the Pacoima.
Hello everybody, once again, Stone and Bone back with another interview for you. Man, we got the realest vintage Pacoima stuff on this channel. So you guys hit those likes and subscribes. This is the real Pacoima stuff right here. So today we got, of course, myself, Keystone. We got Redbone in the house, and we got a special guest, Stallworth. A lot of you guys know this guy. A lot of you guys play football against this guy. He went to the highest level. Tim, how you doing today?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on, man. I just want to commend you guys. Like I said, man, you guys be having some good people on here, man. I just want to come on, man, and show love for you guys and support what you guys are doing, man, because it's positiveness. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that know Pacoima, they know we keep it real out there, man. For real. And I love it.
Hey, it's a blessing to have you, bro. And I truly appreciate it. So with that being said, Tim, where were you born? What year were you born in, man?
Man, I was born in 1966, right there in Pacoima Lutheran and Lakeview Terrace, and born and raised.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
I moved from the Nines. I moved from the Nines when I was 5 to the house that we have currently on Game Street. You know, Glen Oaks and Game Street.
So when you were born and you went home to the Van Nuys apartments, the Nines?
Well, Cornelius Street, but yeah, when I was 5, we moved to the Nines probably when I was like 2, when I was really young. And we moved out of, like I said, we moved out of the Nines when I was 5 to the house we in currently.
Okay. So did you grow up in the regular nuclear family, mom, dad, sisters, brothers?
Mom, dad, sisters, brothers. Yep, sure did, man. And it's like I said, man, that's how most of the families was growing up on my block. And like I said, even in the Nines, you know, most families I remember had the father and the mother there. So you know, it was good structure. It was good structure for us to be like focused on, like saying, we played football, we played sports. So we was definitely focused on the sports part about it, and football, basketball, track. We did all of that. Boxing, riding bikes. We was all over Pacoima, all over San Fernando too, riding bikes.
Hey Tim, I got a question for you. Who all did you grow up with in the Van Nuys apartments? Who all did you grow up with in there?
Shoot, when I was 5 when I moved out, but it's like saying when I always was in there, like shorts. We used to ride motorcycle shorts, and Drew Garrett used to ride motorcycles. Boosie, Boosie was over there. Barney Rue, Dale Lloyd, of course, James Gordon. So you know, it was yeah, man, shit. You know, most of the hill, you know, on the hill, we grew up with the goodies and stuff, and Keith and Chuck Bell. You know, Mario Winfrey. So you got the small hill. We was called the small hill, and then the big hill was Handsome Hill. The big hill was Handsome Hills. You know, we used to always Teron Kelly, grew up with that cat. You know, so we used to always we used to be playing sports, man, all the time.
That's deep.
It's too many names.
Let me ask you this:
too many names.
Did the Little Hill ever play the Big Hill in football?
Yeah.
See, Stone. That's old school. That's something I'm just trying to put you up on real quick.
See, we had Davises. We had the Davises and the goodies. Our block, Sean Ingram. We had, man, our street, Marty Wilson. Our street was we was the best. How about that?
Real talk.
Pretty much.
Hey, Stone.
You know what I'm saying?
Marty Wilson.
Logans. I'm telling you, Hank, all them cast, man, the hill. You look at the small hill. We had a lot of good athletes, bro.
Yeah, they did. That's real. That's real.
We was putting in work for real. Football, basketball, Keith Bell, them. You know what I'm saying? All throughout that area, the border around there. So we was considered the small hill. Yep, for real.
Wow. So with all that competition, everybody had to be sharp, huh? It was just kind of iron sharpening iron all over the place in Pacoima back then, huh?
Man, it was deep, man. Like I said, it was deep, man. You know, you look at the players that the people we was encouraged to play, like saying football. You know, you talk about Griffin, them cats is ballers. You know what I'm saying? Dale Lloyd, them cats in Gordon, John Austin, them cats is ballers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even when I played for the East Valley Trojans. So those cats played. We had the Valley Chargers was deep. Destin Goodwin, all them cats, Mike Pringle, them. You know,
Okay.
Armstead, Teddy Anderson, Shines Clark. Man, them cats, the Valley Chargers was tight. The Dolphins was tight. They had the Phillips. They had the Reynolds brothers, the Huffs. They had all them cats. So you look at playing in the Bears and the Braves. You know, James Gordon already told you, already broke that down. You know, shoot, you got Big John Austin, Barney Rule and Boosie, but them cats, man, he broke that down.
Them
I watched it.
Braves, homie. You talk about the Braves. Them Braves right there
Yeah,
you just mentioned.
What's
Them the
up, man?
the
Braves.
Braves, the Bears, and the Braves, but all those cats, man, all those teams were good. So I played for the East Valley Trojans. So I wanted to get the ball, so I had to go somewhere else.
Oh,
I
see.
couldn't be, I couldn't be,
Ain't
I
mad.
couldn't be
I'm
there. I
not
couldn't be
mad at
second
that.
stream.
Hey,
I couldn't be second stream because those cats, man, all those cats were good. I didn't want to play second stream, so I went to the East Valley Trojans.
who was
People
all
don't
on that
miss.
squad?
So hold on, before we go there, what elementary school did you go to?
I mean, I went to Vaughn Street and Pacoima Elementary.
Okay,
And
so
then,
who?
in the sixth grade, I went to Lanai Road. I got bused. That's when I was busting. So I got a bus to Lanai Road out in Encino. That's where
Damn.
Janet Jackson went. Janet Jackson went to that school.
Okay.
Oh
Yep,
wow.
that was in
What what
Encino.
what was it called?
Lanai Road,
Okay.
in
And
Encino. Yep,
Janet Jackson was there?
yep, she went there. Yep.
Wow, that's deep.
Drew
That's
Garrett went there. We got busted there. Drew Garrett, Keith Bell, and Chuck Bell. We all got
Okay.
busted at school. Yep, in the sixth grade.
okay. So what year did you start playing football?
Man, I started playing football when I was 8. So that'd been 80, 74,
Damn.
1974. I was
Damn.
8. Yep, East Valley Trojans.
Who was
So
all on
what?
that squad?
I'm trying to remember, man. That was a long time ago. A couple of guys I went to Montclair Pruitt, Jerry Krupp,
Okay.
Jeff Bryce. It was like Jerry Busey. It was like I said, it was a guy you probably don't even know because like I said, most of the guys played for the teams out of the like Valley Dolphins or the Valley Chargers or the Bears or the Braves. But I went to East Valley Trojans. You know what I'm saying? Went to East Valley Trojans and stuff.
So was the hype? Was that Charles White hype? Did that have everybody going? Or is that why it was so competitive?
Man, yep, and it was motivation for us because man, we didn't, man. I like saying we was out there competing, and like saying with the Trojans, like saying going to the Trojans, like yeah, Charles White, yep. I'm like man, I want to be like Charles White and O.J. Simpson. So I played running back. I was playing running back. You know, that's what I want to be like. You know, saying those guys and stuff. And Anthony Davis, all those guys from USC. That's why I went to the Trojans. You know, the Trojans like yeah, that's perfect for us. You know what I'm saying? Playing for the
Wow, that's
Trojans
deep.
because that's who they were. Shoot, the Trojans were champions back in the '70s all day.
Was
Yeah.
the East Valley Trojans? Were they like the new team on the block as far as like compared to the Chargers and the Dolphins and all of them?
Man, I don't know because Keith and Chuck Bell, their mom worked with my mom as a nurse. So my mom introduced me to them. So that's the first team I started playing for in '74 was the East Valley
Wow.
Trojans, and I was there ever since. And since and I left as a junior midget. We went to championship. We beat the damn Bears. We beat the Bears of Silmar on their home field to go to the championship.
That's right.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what we did. We had DeWitt Briggs. DeWitt Briggs, he went to San Fernando. That cat was a cold piece. They don't
Hey,
talk about him too much. I haven't heard him
Briggs was a
talked about.
beast, Timmy. Briggs was
But
a
DeWitt
fucking
Briggs,
beast, bro.
that
Real
cat, man, you
shit.
talk about,
Number
man, I'm
four.
telling you. Yeah,
Number
that
four.
cat, DeWitt Briggs, yeah, bro. He took us to the promised land. That cat, man, he came from the Dolphins over to the Trojans. And the rest is history.
And
That cat was a
that's when
baller.
y'all got that chip.
Yeah, bro. We tied. Chuck Bell dropped the bomb, so we ended up tying Santa Clarita in the championship at Denver Downs. He said he never was the same after that drop.
I'm gonna tell Chuck to get out. Okay, Chuck, that's right. Oh,
Yep,
Chuck.
Daryl Preachy was there. Daryl Preachy was Carlton Hines, rest in peace. Carlton Hines was our quarterback, rest in peace. He went to Kennedy. And over the years, man, as much as I was away from Pacoima, saying you lose touch with a lot of people because, like I said, a lot of people didn't make it to be our age. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of trying to navigate through life. You know what I'm saying? People get caught up in different stuff.
For real. I'm a little younger than you, and I'm realizing that right there myself right now.
Right.
So what junior high school did you go to? It was still junior high back then. I know they call it middle school now, but it was junior high back then, right?
Yeah, we were junior high. So I went to I got bused at Portola Junior High School. That's out in
You did,
Tarzana.
I'm in
time out. Let me ask you a
Tarzana.
question.
Wow.
So you
Yeah.
stayed right across the street from McClay and didn't go to McClay?
Yeah, moms didn't want me to go there. She wouldn't let me go
See,
there. I had to
Stone.
get good grades to go there. I had to
That's
get good
literally,
grades.
yep, Stone. That's literally walking outside, cross the street, and you can just hop the fence. That's how close he's to the school.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
so
his mom.
I heard your other guys talking about Pasture Junior High School out there in LA. A lot of those
Right.
cats from Pasture got bused out there to Portola.
Wow.
Those cats are set tripping. We, like I said, I didn't know what gangster was, but I can get scrapping. But them cats, you know what I'm saying? They was all out, man. I'm like, I didn't understand it. A lot of the stuff that was on that, I thought it was just them hating and shit. Because I
Right.
had them, we had crocus sacks because we was dressed to the T. Because we had a little money, you know what I'm
Come
saying? I
on.
think them cats was just jealous. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it was. Uncle Jam's army used to come to the school, you know what I'm saying, with an eighth grade. They used to do little parties and stuff, but it was cool. It was cool. But like I said, it was I went to Portola Junior High School, and I was out in Tarzana. Yep.
Uncle
Until
Jam's army would do junior high school parties,
junior
dancing.
high school parties out in Tarzana at lunchtime. Them parties was rocking. It was off the hook. It was off the hook.
So was you a pop locker? Could you get your pop on?
Man, hell no. I just a two step. No, I tried a little bit, but this guy's way better than me. I can robot. We tried a little bit at Lanai Road, but you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is not for me. I'm okay. I'm an okay dancer. I can do the wave, you know what I'm saying? And when the people got to
Right.
break dancing, it was just something different. But I was
Question.
okay. I was okay dancer.
Okay. Hey, who was the best dancers back then that you can recall? That was that did that back then when you was coming
Who was
up.
the best dancers? Man,
Pop locker.
Big Dave
Pop
from the
lockers.
Hill. Big
Okay.
Dave from the Hill.
Yep.
Daryl Green was pretty good.
Yep.
Who else? Shanoy.
Okay.
Shanoy, of course.
Trinoy, we
Daryl
finna
Green.
come get you. So be ready, Trinoy. We coming to get you.
Yeah, who else? Yeah, but I mean Big Dave because
I
Big
was
Dave
about
had
to
a
say
curl.
that.
His shit used to be. I'm on.
Big
He was
James and
tight.
Mickey. And Mickey,
Hey,
right?
Yeah,
Mickey
he
and
had the
Mickey.
curl.
he had
He
the
had the
curl.
Yeah.
curl.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
That
that
cat
And
was
curl
tight.
added
Yeah,
something
bro.
to it, man. The
that's
curl
Yeah,
yep.
added something to the pop lock, huh?
yeah, for real, man.
Oh, Big
Yep.
James
Hey,
was the
man,
shit.
hey, rest in peace, Mark Anderson, man. I used to love watching dude pop in the Fillmores back in the day, man. He had
Yeah,
that
man.
fresh
Hey,
curl, man.
them cats was getting it in. I'm like, man, I can't do that, so I'm gonna just stick to sports.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, you got that. So your last year with the Trojans is when you got that chip. You finally got that chip, or did you
Yeah,
get one?
we got there, but we tied with Santa Clarita because Chuck dropped the bomb
Ooh,
Mm,
wide open.
Chuck.
Carlton Hines threw him a nice bomb. He was wide open. I was running right next to him. He just dropped it. I'm like, oh, that could have been to me. That should have been to me. I know. So yeah, we ended up tying Santa Clarita. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man,
okay.
it was a good experience.
Hey,
Hey,
question.
Pacoima was fun. Yes, sir.
Hey, that they had that number 16. I think that's the same year that they had, I remember Santa Clarita. That was the Apaches, right?
Yep. That was good.
Yep. They
They
had
had a
that.
good
Man,
team.
I remember because I think they beat Harp and them. I don't know what year was that when they had to play Santa Clarita, and I remember that they had a cold fucking squad.
Yeah,
Number
Santa Clarita's
16 or
nice.
whatever. I think it was the running back. He was a white boy that was hard as hell.
Hey, yeah, they did. Even Chatsworth Chiefs, the West Valley Chargers had in Northridge Knights. They had a good team too. The Chatsworth Chiefs was tight.
Yeah, real
Them cats
talk.
was nice. Chatsworth
Man,
Chiefs, them cats was nice.
That's crazy. All the way back
I
then.
remember that, man. Santa Clarita, bro.
Yeah, so story with that. So Chatsworth Chiefs, Reggie Smith Jr. He was my quarterback in high school. He played for the Chatsworth
Wow.
Chiefs. Yeah,
I went to
Montclair
school
Prep.
with him too. Yep.
Yeah, he went to Montclair Prep. Yep.
So you ended up at Montclair Prep right there in Panorama City?
Yeah. So this is what it was. So I was like I was one of the younger ones in my grade. So when I went to Van Nuys after junior high school, I went to Van Nuys for a minute, for a year, played on the B team, and then I ended up going to Montclair Prep. That's when Daryl Preacher came out. He went to Montclair Prep. So my coach from the East Valley Trojans like, hey man, you want to come over to Montclair Prep? I'm like, absolutely. So I'd have to go through the whole process of getting another year because they go 9th through 12th in private schools. So I was able to get an extra year to play football. Cause I was like
Wow.
one of
Man,
the younger ones. I was like one of the younger ones in my grade.
Excuse me.
So reclassification they call it. Reclassification they call it.
reclassification.
Yep.
See, that's something that I didn't know until I had a son, and my son started going into private school. Most of the kids that do private school, like we start school at 5. Most of those kids in private, they don't even start kindergarten until 6. And
Right.
then when they get older, they reclassify again. So a lot of them dudes, the rich cats, they've been 2-year holdbacks for years now. Like they was doing that way back in the day, and we had no idea.
Right. That's just to get them advantage and get them a little bit more experience playing sports. It's more sports related, of course. Because I coach right now. I coach at Kennedy Catholic High School's 9th grade to 12th grade. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? And I'm the C team head coach. And like I said, a lot of those guys, man, I coach never played football before at all. But they
right.
come in 9th grade, and they come out to they play football. And that's our job is to develop them.
So you coach at Kennedy right now, you said?
Kennedy Catholic up here in state of Washington, up north.
Oh, you're still up in what? Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah,
We're
I'm up
gonna
in
we're gonna
Washington.
we're gonna
Yep.
get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna
Oh,
get to
yep. Yep.
that. We're gonna get to it. I thought you was. I'm like, what you was at? You at the Cougars? All right. So,
Right.
so okay. So you went to Montclair Prep. So now, so you say you were running back with the Trojans, correct?
Right.
Did you end up switching positions when you went to high school, or how did that work?
Yes, I ended up switching positions when I went to high school. So when I was at Van Nuys, I played running back. But when I went to Montclair Prep, I played receiver. I went to receiver and playing DB, played cornerback. Yep.
Okay. What made you switch, or was it just that was just best for the team? You guys were stacked, or
Man,
how did that
I thought I'd be better off like saying being a wide receiver than a running back because they had a couple of running backs. They had a couple of running backs. Daryl Preacher was our running back, and Richie Swinton and a couple other guys at Montclair Prep. And Drew Garrett, he was running back at Van Nuys when the Van Nuys, and they had a couple of guys from LA, the Hood. Let me see what their name is. Yep, Allen Hood and Albert Hood. They had a good team at Van Nuys too. They had a good team at Van Nuys too. B
Okay.
team. We played the B team. They had won a championship. Van Nuys won a championship twice when I was there.
Damn.
That's when they was winning. That's when they was winning championships back to back. My sister was a
Okay.
cheerleader for Van Nuys, so my sister was a cheerleader for Van Nuys. But they won. I think they won in
Which
'82 and
one,
'83.
Jamie?
Jamie,
Jamie or
Jamie and
Tiff? Oh,
Tiffany, both
okay.
of them,
Jamie and
both of them went
Tiff.
to Van Nuys.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
So
yep.
the Trojans used to practice at Van Nuys. Is that how you ended up at Van Nuys
North
first?
Hollywood, North Hollywood.
Oh, they practiced at North Hollywood.
Yep,
Okay. Later on, they ended up practicing at Van Nuys.
exactly. Yep.
So, but how did you end up going to? Because you lived on Gang Street. How did you end up going to Van Nuys High School first?
Man, we got bus. That's where we got bus. That's where we got
You
bus
had,
to.
they took a bus just to down to Van Nuys.
Yeah, that's when we used to. That's when we used to ride the 90. We used to ride the. I don't know. I forget the RTD what buses was, but man, we was all over the place.
For
We
real.
was all over
For
the place.
real. We was on them
We was at the.
buses.
Yeah, we was on the buses and stuff like saying, and Panorama City. If we always just go to the movies and stuff, the
Man,
one of your guests was on there talk about how we used to sneak in the movie theater. Yeah, we used to do that, and
man,
it was cool. It was cool. It was man growing up in Pacoima, man, was cool because we was outside most of the time. We wasn't inside on no video games. We was outside. socializing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Socializing. That's what a lot of these kids are missing now. You know, they need to know how to socialize with people to like understand where people are coming from and have respect for them. It's about having respect, bro. And I respect a lot of people I grew up with because they was out trying to do positivity, some positive
Hey,
things.
in Pacoima, you could hike a mountain, go swimming, ride a horse, all in one day.
For real. That's we used to say, yeah, we used to go to the dam. The dam used to be a place we
Huh.
swim and ride horses. For real.
Go work on your golf swing and everything, all in one day, huh?
Yep, for real, man. And that's what growing up in Pacoima was, man.
For real. That's real, Stone. That's real, though, what you're saying. That's for a
Nah,
lot
that's
of
real.
people.
It's a lot. It's a lot that we took for granted. I feel like we took for granted. It didn't realize, man. It's really beautiful. If you really just stand back and look at that area, it's a beautiful area, man. It's a lot to do, lot going on right there. That's probably why they try to gentrify us out right now.
Always. That's what they always do. So growing up on my hill, the goodies. I don't know if you know about the goodies. They used to have everything at their house, from electric football to bikes, swing bikes. Man, they used to hook up the bikes. We used to be all over the place with them bikes. You know what I'm saying? They had the nice bikes, chromed out, painted up. You know, Clyde and Charles Good and all the Michael and Ronnie, them cats had it going on. And there was four brothers that stayed up the Jamie on up in Jamie Street. The Paytons, man, I'm telling you, man, we had a lot of males. We had a lot of males growing up in our hood that was down for the cause, bro. And that was motivators to me. That was definitely motivators for me, man, because I had to compete. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a whole, you know what I'm saying? That was a whole mentality of our guys I grew up with in Pacoima. Is like, man, we wanted to be somebody, either an NBA player or a football player, NFL player. That's what we
So
wanted to be.
so in retrospect, what do you think your mom saw that made her say, "Nah, I ain't letting you go to no McClay"?
It's just the neighborhood. I had older brothers, and I had an older. I'm the second youngest. I'm the second youngest in my family, and it's just like, you know, she wanted me to get bused. She wanted me to go to a different school and see something different than Pacoima. And you know, and seeing something different was good because you build relationships outside of, you know, the hood, which is good because people is like inspirational. So I'm around people like with millions of dollars. Their family got millions of dollars. I'm like, man, this is how I want to live. You know what I'm saying? You going to somebody's house, you know what I'm saying? Got a pool, you know what I'm saying? Got several cars, you know what I'm saying? They driving BMW, Porsches to school, you know, coming to school, limousines. My ex girlfriend don't want me to talk. She don't like me talking about that because she said I'm clout chasing when I talk about, you know, me dating her and her dad being an R&B soul singer. So I try not to bring it up. So I don't even want to say nothing about who it is.
Hey, but we know, I know who you talking about. I can say it. It's your story, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna
Yeah,
respect what you said, big bro. We're gonna
yeah, and
respect
like
that.
I said, and you know, it's all good. I respect that, and like I said, you know, it's just my experience. You know what I'm saying? It's you know, and I respect her too. So I'm just, you know, keep it at that.
So how was so at Montclair Prep? You guys who did you guys played against like Crespi? Did you guys play any city schools? I guess that's what I'm trying
So
to ask.
we played Village Christian, we played LA Lutheran, Marshall Fundamental. Um, who else was a school there? Marshall Fundamental, LA Lutheran, so a couple of other schools. Man, I can't think off the top of my head, but you know, my guys growing up there, football was Toy Cook, Reggie Smith, you know, a couple other Richie Swinton, uh, Daryl Petrie, Pat Hardy went there for a minute, and Deion Lambert went there for a minute.
I was about to ask that. I was about to
Yeah,
ask you that.
yeah,
Then they left
those
and
guys
went to.
came in.
Didn't they leave and go
Yeah,
to Kennedy?
yeah, they left and went to
See,
Kennedy.
I
Yep,
remember
yep.
that.
Those guys is balling too. Those guys is ballers, man. But it's like saying, you know, you have those guys, man. You know, you try to like saying you try to hang out with guys that's like minded. You know what I'm saying? And Cash trying to get out there and you know try to make it happen in school and as student athletes. I be telling my kids now, student athlete, that's your job until you go to the pros. You know what I'm saying? Even in college and high school, you're a student athlete, man. That's your job until you go to the pros. So yep, it was good, man. It was a good experience, man.
So at Montclair, what you was putting up some hella numbers at Montclair?
Yeah, I made so my senior year I made all city receiver, and I made all CIF DB. So I had like 10 picks. I had 10 picks as a senior, and like 2 I took to the house. And as
Damn.
a receiver I had like 1100 yards as a receiver. So I was like all city, I was all city receiver and all CIF DB. And I was all CIF basketball too. I played basketball too. So yep, we was out there, man. We was balling, man. That's what Pacoima do for you, man. I was like right across the street, jumping the fence, man. We was out there getting it. Be crazy to tell you, man. We was out there getting it. Tell you, Boosie, all them guys, man. Boosie would tell you, and John Austin, man. Them cats is like
Hey,
James
you played
Jordan.
with Busain? You played with Busain and them?
Yeah, them cats, man.
Okay.
Them
Okay.
cats is, I'm telling you, those cats is motivators for me, bro. Because you can't go soft with them cats. Them cats is going hard.
Whoa, okay.
Them
Okay,
cats,
okay.
hey, them cats is hard. Them cats is hard. The Logans on top of the hill for the Bears. I'm telling you, Teron Kelly, them cats is going hard. It wasn't no softness
Okay,
out
hey.
there.
Who who was your biggest rival? Pop Warner.
Everybody.
Ooh. Ooh. That's what
I'm
I'm
like,
talking
shoot,
about.
everybody's my rival. I don't have no, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I'm trying to beat everybody. Everybody we play, we
Okay.
trying to beat them. But see, the
Yeah, because
Dolphins had that speed. The Dolphins had that speed. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
The Phillips, Tuffy, them cats, man, them
Right.
cats was tight.
That's
But
where
it's like
Edwin and
saying
all,
we tried
yeah.
to, and like saying Destin Goodwood, hey, them Valley Chargers was off the hook. They was
Mm.
unstoppable because they had a talent. They had like an all-star team. John Brazil and Deskin and Armstead and Sean Clark and whoever Kevin Simon, Alan Ross and Lenny,
Oh,
all
yeah,
them
real
cats, man.
talk. Hey,
And
Robert
not to
Looper
mention,
played for them boys too. He was a
yeah,
beast too.
yeah,
Robert Looper
all the
was a beast.
yeah, Whooper, yep,
Woo.
all them cats. Like I said, I don't mean to like name the names, but sometimes I forget. But yep, a lot of
Okay.
those cast man, all those cast man was ballers. Like I said, the Chargers was off the hook, but all them cats was my rivals, bro.
I'm not mad at that. So wow, man, you put up some hella numbers in your senior year. You said 10 picks and how many touchdowns?
I had 2 touchdowns on defense, and then like saying I had receiving wise, I don't know, I had 10 or 12 touchdowns, something.
God, dog. So
Yeah,
that resume ended you up in Washington, huh? At Washington State, huh?
yeah. That's because I didn't want to play defense. I got recruited to play defense more than I did offense. But
Wow.
when I went up on a recruiting trip, Mike Pringle was there, Steve Broussard, you know what I'm saying, and
Wow.
a
Okay.
couple other guys, you know what I'm saying. RPMs. That's when they had RPMs. Rip and Porter Mays. They had the poster. That's when like the marketing stuff. Was like, oh yeah, I like this offense because that's putting them Rippin, Porter Mays, Ruben Mays, man,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Mark
number
Rippin.
36. Number 30.
Yeah,
I
Mark
remember them
Rippin.
numbers, bro.
Yeah,
Hell
Mark
yeah.
Rippin, Kerry Porter. You know what
Mark
I'm
Mark
saying?
Ripien, Mark Ripien from the Redskins?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know he came from Washington State.
Hey,
Okay.
yeah,
question, Tim. So John Diggs came after you?
yeah. John Diggs came after. Yep,
John, I'm looking for you too. So I just had to shout your name out. He's a Cougar. Benny Ward. Benny Ward's a Cougar too. Little Benny.
yep,
You know what I'm
yep.
saying? I got to get a shout out. I kept up on my sports. For
Yeah,
real, but I'm going to let you finish.
Leifert. Who else
Leaford
went
too,
there?
right?
Yeah, Leaford too. Yeah, Hackett. That's right. My bad, Lee.
Anderson went
My
there.
bad.
Okay. So so you went to Washington State and so did you as a freshman did you start right away or was it did you have to work?
Back then is red shirt. And back then we had the red shirt. We had the red
Red
shirt
shirt.
back. Well, I did back then. You know what I'm saying? Red shirt just to get get the feel because they had Kitcher Taylor. They had some good receivers there. And like I said, my host was Kitcher Taylor and Ronnie Lee. Those were my hosts when I went there. Those I had to I red shirted. I
So
red
they
shirted.
but they sold you on you could come here and play offense. You liked offense better than defense?
Yep, absolutely. They came here. Yep, they showed like, yeah, man, you come in here, man. We got this RPMs. That RPM, that marketing was off the hook. So
That's tight.
that marketing was off the hip.
So who ended up being your quarterback?
So man, I had when I was there, I had like 4 different ones. Mark Rippin. I had Tim Rosenbach, Brad Gosselin, and Aaron Garcia. Yep. After Brad Gosselin got hurt, Aaron Garcia was my last quarterback.
Wow.
that I had at
Okay.
Washington State. And Ed Blunt. Ed Blunt too. He was a quarterback. So I had like 5 different ones. Ed Blunt was a quarterback also after Mark Rippon.
So did you get on the field your redshirt freshman year?
Man, Buster Wedge, yeah, kickoff. And some hey, but I'm trying to get on the field, so I'm doing whatever. Special
Whatever you
teams,
gotta do, huh? You gotta go
gotta
put
do
your
it.
face in there.
Man, gotta put your face in there. But yeah, I got on the field. I scored a couple of touchdowns, and it was man, it was good, man. It was a good experience to what I'm saying, to go up there and get away from home and trying to figure it out, try to navigate through it.
So I
Me and Mike Pringle was roommates. Me and Mike Pringle was roommates
That's
when we freshmen.
deep. That's deep. I would love to get him on here too. Uh, but now coming from Pacoima to that part of Washington, because that's not Seattle. That's like a rural part of Washington. Am I right?
Yeah, it's like 8 miles from Idaho. So you talk about the white supremacy stuff, man. We seen a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like
Damn.
saying those,
In the 80s.
yeah, it was a lot of that. But they don't tell you that when you go up there. They don't tell
Right,
you that when you
right,
go into that
right,
school.
right.
It's like a controlled setting. Like I said, man, it's like a controlled setting, and you try to stay out of the way from those guys, at all costs. But sometimes you be out and those guys get, they get kind of rowdy and stuff, So
For real, even with Cougars, they would get rowdy with cats from the college too.
man, yeah, man, hell, they didn't care. Them cats didn't care. There's a lot on the campus too. A lot of the fraternities too, man. Shit, they had a tradition they used to do when they come down to the have a snowball fight with the fraternities. We shut that shit down the first year because we're not throwing snowballs. We throwing fists. We throwing some bolos. So then we get labeled as troublemakers and shit because we protecting ourselves. I'm not trying to throw no damn snowballs. I'm trying to throw some
Right.
fists.
Right.
You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah.
saying? We about to get it. We about to
So,
get it cracking. We got about to get it cracking the right way. They stopped that tradition that same year.
so what? Okay, what they would just start hitting all the blacks with snowballs, or
So
how
they
did it
come
go?
down. So they used to have a thing where they had a snowball fight where they came down to the dorm where we are staying at. Yeah, we was there. We was like, man, you know what, man, forget these snowballs, man. So we a little bit too. We close range. We close range. Throwing snowballs. So we about to bounce it up another level. We about to bounce it up another level. So for sure, we just start bouncing up another level. Had them cats laying out in the snow, straight up.
They shut that shit down real
Shut
quick.
that
We
shit
ain't doing
down.
that
They
no
ain't
more.
coming down there no more. We ain't coming. Them
That's
frats
right.
not coming down no more. Don't come over here, bro. Because it's like that's like aggression. You know what I'm saying? And being a football player, the wrong thing, the worst thing you want to do is mess with a football player who's working out every day.
Right.
That's the worst thing you want to do.
Right. 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 Real talk.
Okay. So now,
It's liquid
what?
courage. They get that liquid courage though. You know how they get that liquid courage.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I call
yeah.
it. I call it liquid courage because if they're sober minded, I don't know how they'd be if they're sober minded, but they get that liquid courage and they on something different. They be acting different on that liquid courage.
Just come at y'all with snowballs. That's crazy. So now you mentioned the white fraternities. So up there in 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 that part of Washington, you guys had black fraternities too. You ended up pledging.
Yeah, I started. I was one of the co-founders of the Mud Bones. It's a football frat, and we started a football frat. Of course, they had Omegas, they had Kappas and Alphas, and they had some Sigmas up there. But yeah, we started the Mud Bones because I didn't. It was a football fraternity, so we had guys like minded. We had a couple of guys go through line and stuff. Yeah, we was 15 deep out there.
Okay, is that still going on up there?
Nah, man, nah, no, because like I said, man, it was always the coach always calling me in the office. The coach is calling me in the office, man. What's going on with this? I'm like, bruh, we just throw parties. We did it more to throw parties. We did the football fraternity more to throw parties and stuff because we didn't go up the Greek Road. We didn't do none of that stuff going to Greek Road. So we did our own thing and we used to throw parties and stuff because I used to get I had the turntables and everything. We used to get the latest cuts used to come out here from the Tower Records. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the mixtape. So we out there, yeah, we got the cut. Me and Steve Broussard, we hooked our radio, our boom boxes up together. Yeah, the rest was history. We had all the parties. We throw all the parties. Yep.
Wow.
We had our own club too. I was a DJ our own club in my senior year. We had our own club called Panic City. You know what I'm saying? But we had our own club. I used to DJ in Idaho too, at Bogarts and this place called Chasers. A lot of people used to come out there. But yeah, I just DJ, man. I was a DJ.
That's deep. Okay.
Yeah, but like saying, coach, coach didn't call me in office because people get beat up. They think everybody's a mud bone, but we selected few. Everybody's not a mud bone. So, coach, somebody got beat up by a black dude. It wasn't one of my guys.
Right. But they trying to pin it on you.
Trying to pin it on us, like give us a bad rep. But that's how it was up there. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was. Our leadership, the leadership that we got was from each other. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, these coaches just try to win anyway. So that's what that was.
So the letters, the mud bone, those not Greek letters.
Those are Greek letters. Musai Phi. Yep. And I got the LFP. We got the license and everything. We got the business license for that. And yeah, those are the Greek letters. Musai Phi. Because Omega Psi Phi, Omega Psi Phi is Omega. But we went to Musai Phi. Musai Phi is the mud bones. So we did our own stuff, mud bones.
Mud bones. I like that.
Yeah. So that's what we are, the mud bones. What up, Mud? What up, Mud?
That's right. What's up? What's up, Bone? Hey,
Right?
there it is. There, I like that.
For
I'm trying
real.
to be official mud bone. Hey,
For real.
shit.
Real talk.
There it is. There.
That's deep, man. So you got on the field, red shirt freshman. When did you get on the field at receiver? By what year was that?
There's most of the time I was receiver, but like I said, they had a lot of receivers. I was featured receiver more in like in 87, 88, and 89. You know what I'm saying? So that's when we was more like featured when Erickson came in. Erickson came in 87. That's when we went to the spread offense. So I was in the slot. I was in the slot a lot. Sometimes spread out on the
You
front.
talking about Coach Erickson that ended up in Miami,
Miami,
right?
yep.
Scott,
Miami and
right?
the
Scott
Seahawks.
Harrison. Scott.
No, Dennis Erickson.
Dennis
Dennis
Harrison. I mean,
Erickson,
yeah.
yeah.
Where I get
He ended
Yeah.
Scott
up
from?
in Miami
Wow, I
after
didn't know you
Yeah,
played
he
for.
went to Miami.
Wow,
He went to Miami,
I
then he went to the
forgot.
Seahawks. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was only
Wow.
there for 2 years. He was only there for 2 years at Washington State.
But he changed the culture a little bit, huh? With the
Well,
spread and all of that, huh?
yeah, well, the culture, man, like I said, the culture when we was there is like saying he was more like player oriented. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with a lot of the players, and he tried to really like, because like I said, as far as leadership, he knew things was going on in the community. Sometimes we was getting harassed by the police, or sometimes things that happen in the community where people get beat up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to find out who did what. And he was there for that. As far as talking to him, you can have a conversation with him about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he was. That's how he was. He was all right, man. He was all right, coach.
Okay. So you but shit, in what, 88, you ended up hitting that All-American status, huh?
Yeah, That's when Erickson bounced, and then Tim Rosenbaum's bounced too. Yep, he bounced out too. And like I said, man, you talk about you're trying to navigate through it. You're trying to navigate through the what's going on in your life and stuff. And some things, like I said, man, we don't get a lot of treatment for a lot of the tragedies we've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a big part of a lot of the reason why a lot of guys go through the stuff they go through with like drug abuse and alcohol abuse. Cause we never got that treatment. We never got that therapy. You know what I'm saying? When anything tragic happened to us. That's why I went to Washington State. Cause after my brother got killed, my oldest brother used to dance on a tow train. He got killed. And I wanted to go to UCLA. They was recruiting me in Arizona State, and UW was recruiting me. But I wanted to play offense. So that's why I ended up going to Washington State. Plus, I wanted to get away from California after my brother got killed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you had an older brother and he got killed
Yeah, he got killed on Canoga Park.
in Canoga Park.
Yeah, he got stabbed. Yep.
Man.
Yeah, man. So a lot of people don't, they don't know, why people are the way they are. You know what I'm saying? I was like saying, man, I I had a lot of associates. And I wasn't a person for violence. But like I said, I was kind of cool. I can scrap because that's what we did growing up at Pacoima. You know what I'm saying? And as you got older, you know what I'm saying. I got guns. Of course, everybody got guns. You know what I'm saying. But you got to be smart with that stuff. Got to be real smart with it. You know what I'm saying. And just try to, like saying, you try to navigate the best you can, man, and stay away from stuff. Stay away from stuff the best you can, bro. So that's what we doing, bro. We try to keep it positive around here.
Stay, yeah,
Unless there's got to be some kind of self defense stuff going on, then thankful to God I'm still here, bro.
for real. So wow, that 88 88 season when you hit that All American status, change did you change your workout, or did you just come in with your mind set on I'm about to, like, man, I'm better than everybody this year. I'm about to show y'all what it is.
No, what there was working out, like saying, working out with Mike Pringle, man, and Steve Broussard and a couple other guys, man, staying in the summertime, my mud bones and stuff, working out, bro, was like part of what we did. Them guys' work ethics is huge because we lifting weights and running, bro. You got to be in shape. No test. We got a shuttle test to pass. We're gonna pass it with flying colors, and we was in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like Joshua, you talk about somebody who can run. Joshua Anderson, who I was talking about, that's a sprinter who won the Olympics. In the Olympics, I went to WSU. But you talk about running, bro. That track workout, man, that'll get you a whole different level. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with Mike Pringle and trying to keep up with Steve Broussard, man, them cats are sprinters. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to keep up with them cats, man, you got a chance to do something, even though you come in third place. That was the
That
workout though.
iron had you sharp though, huh?
Man,
So
that's real talk. That's real talk.
did y'all win the Pac-10 any of them years or anything like that?
No, we got third. We got third the 88 year. We got third. We was third on that. Shit, Chris Richards, we played against Chris Richards at Cal. That's my guy. Chris Richards played at Cal. He's putting in work. Yep, that's my
Yeah.
guy. Chris Richards. We played against Chris Richards them in 1987 when we went to Japan. We played against them in the Japan Bowl in
Oh wow.
'87 in Japan. Yep. Man, that's why I love watching your show, man, because I see a lot of familiar faces, man, and they know the things that we did growing up, man, prepared us to be men that we are today. You know what I'm saying? And that's still just hard work and trying to be positive in life and trying to, what I'm saying, when you talk about iron sharpens iron, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You got to really talk to people and communicate with people, you know what I'm saying, and be positive, bro. Always be positive is always put God first.
There you go. So when you ended up graduating from
Washington
Washington
State.
State?
Yep, I graduated. So the reason I didn't come out my junior year, people say, man, why didn't you come out your junior year? Well, shoot, I got in trouble with the law. They suspended my license. So I had to do the work program. And it's like a whole deep story, man. You know what I'm saying? When you get people like looking at you and stuff and trying to see the way they can sabotage your program, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? So they suspended my license. I'm like, man, I'm a California resident. They said, well, how long you been out here? So I'm just a student coming here. But so they suspended my license because I didn't get the Washington driver's license. So I ended up having to do, of course, ended up having to stay my senior year. And when I got hurt, we were 6-1. Then we ended up being 6-5 my senior year. So, you know what I'm saying? That definitely messed up my stock going to the NFL. Yep. Having to come back to school instead of coming out my junior year, you know what I'm saying? That's the
So
reason.
so that All American season was your junior season?
Yep, that was my junior year. Yep. They said, man, how come you didn't come out your junior year? Well, that's why, because I had to do like a work release program for the summer. You know what I'm saying? I thought I'd make the best of it, being a leader coming back, being a leader, my leadership. Of course, it was 6-1 when I got hurt, and then we ended up being 6-5. We ended up losing the rest of our games after I got hurt.
What
God.
year was that, Tim?
89. You
Okay,
can go on
okay.
you can go on the YouTube. I'm telling you, I
I'm
got the
looking at
YouTube
it
all
right
up.
now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm catching up on some. What game? See, I can't find. Was that game against UCLA when they was not? I'm looking at the
That was
one in
number
'88.
one.
With yeah,
88.
and that's that
Yeah, that
pass
was
you
number
caught.
one in
That
88.
yeah, that's that
Yep.
famous. That's that. Yeah, I saw that game. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was in. Yes, I remember that. He caught a nice
Yep.
bomb against. He caught a nice play against them, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I remember that. I got
Yeah.
to.
It's
I'm
like a
looking
little.
at it right now.
It's
I'm
like a
looking
little
at it
post.
right now.
Yep. It's like a little post.
They were number one, homie. UCLA was number one when he did
Yeah,
that.
they were. Yeah. It was deep. It was deep in the season too, man. It's like it
On the
wasn't like it was the
real.
first game. It was like deep in the season. You know what I'm saying? It was deep in the season. So yeah, that was a good game for our squad, man. Our defense came through for us. Steve Broussard was hurt, and Richie Swinton had a good game. And yeah, that was exciting, man. That was an exciting part of football, man. Exciting part of football.
That's tight, man.
Hey, I didn't know you guys were down and came back.
Oh yeah, yep, we came back for
Wow.
sure.
Yes, I'm looking at right here where they kick it off. Yeah. Damn.
How'd y'all
27.
how'd y'all do against SC?
SC, I don't know. We played 88. We didn't play SC in 88, but we played them 89. We lost by 1 point to them in 89. But SC, man, SC, they always dominate us though. SC,
Man,
SC is like a Alabama of the Pac-10 back then.
back then,
Yep.
real deal, real deal, real deal. Okay. So so when you finally did get to come out, you was coming off of an injury.
Yeah.
And okay. So that messed your stock up a little bit.
Yeah, so this what I tell kids these days, man. If you got anything wrong with your limbs, your legs, or anything, man, get an MRI. Don't get an X-ray and have your knee shot. Like, I didn't practice a whole week, but they end up shooting up my knee and they made it worse. They made my knee worse. They shot it up with the cortisone, and like saying
Cortisone.
that's without getting an MRI or anything. So they wasn't really looking out for my best interest. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have the best athletic trainers or doctors. You know what I'm saying? But you look at different schools. They got top notch doctors and athletic trainers. So with that being said, I tell my kids to this day, man, you guys make sure you guys get an MRI. You know what I'm saying? Because one game doesn't mean nothing. Your career means everything. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, yeah, man, it was all bad. Because after I got hurt, we lost all our games.
It was a knee injury.
Yeah, it was a simple. It was a meniscus. It was a partial meniscus. So if you don't get, like saying, if you don't get it taken care of, you don't get an MRI on it, it can make it worse. You can tear it more, and that's what
Wow.
happened. I ended up tearing it more and making it worse. So instead of getting like an MRI, I tell my kids always get an MRI. You know what I'm saying? If you got any ailments, get an MRI because X-ray not going to show you much at all.
So, ooh, okay. So when you got to so when did you get drafted, or you had to go the free agent route, or how did it go?
Yeah, ended up getting drafted by the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I still ran like a 4.5. I still ran a 4.5 instead of running like a. Because when I had ran a 4.3 before, a 4.39. I was running a 4.39. So you
Ah,
figure going from running a 4.39 to going to running a 4.5 something. That's not. You know what I'm saying? That's a difference, huge difference. And
yeah.
my whole entire NFL career, it was that my knee was burning because after I got drafted by the Rams in the sixth round in 1990, we went straight to training camp. Straight to training camp. That's double days. They call it double days back in the day. So you figure as a receiver, we running routes all day. You know what I'm saying? All day. You know what I'm saying? Knee burning. It was a good experience. It was a good experience for me though. You know what I'm saying? But like saying of like the financial aspect of it, I end up having to pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you that financial, you got to know that financial, you know what I'm saying? Because you making this money, you get the signing bonus, but your agent, you know what I'm saying? Your agent, when it's cut, his money is tax free. You know what I'm saying? So you end up cutting him a check for 50 G's or whatever. You're going to pay taxes on that. You're not knowing that's the financial illiteracy they don't teach you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys know now. Deion Sanders, them cats know now. I give my hats off to those guys because those guys are doing it the big time. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it big time. But that's what people need to know: the financial literacy of paying out this money to these agents. because you end up paying the taxes on it if you don't like record it. But a lot of these kids be young. They didn't have back in the day, man. We didn't have that. We didn't have that financial guy to come tell us that.
Wow. So they just taking advantage of the young man not even knowing.
Man, that's what they do. Because if you don't have people looking out for you, man, that's what they do. So and that's what it is. But it's all good because learning. We learn as we learn as we live. You know what I'm saying? We learn as we live. And like I said, it was a good experience for me because when the Rams when they released me, I went to Detroit for 2 weeks, and then Denver picked me up for the rest of the season in 1991. So 1991, it was I was in Denver on a practice squad, and I played one game in the NFL. But it's like saying it was a good experience, man. And like I said, I didn't have like my sister said, I didn't have the temperament. I didn't have the temperament for it because I'm not a person who like rookie hazing, bro. Because if you knew my past, you wouldn't put your hands on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the things, you know what I'm saying? I don't like people putting their hands on me. And I didn't want to go to the Playboy Mansion and all that stuff. Man, let's go to the Playboy Mansion. No, I'm good. I'm good with that, bro. I'm already seen that stuff. I'm from California, so we already seen all that stuff. I grew up with rich kids,
Come on.
so all that stuff. But I wasn't impressed by none of that stuff.
So the rookie hazing, that's like some real stuff. They really be trying to test your mental with that shit.
Yeah. So like that's why I don't grow hair. I don't got no hair on my head. They put hair on my helmet now, so I keep my shit shaved down. And they try to tape you to the bench, but I'm not, man, don't touch me, bro. I'm not having that. The time I did listen to one of those guys though with Jackie Slater, he told me, he said, man, Stars, you get your butt in that cold tub, and sure enough, for Jackie Slater, you all pro, so I get in the tub for you.
Right, right, right.
All the mother cats know.
Yeah.
Jackie Slater, yes, I'll go ahead and get in this tub for you, man. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get in there.
Great Hall of Famer, the Hall of Famer for real.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
Okay.
Hall of
Yeah,
Famer
Jackie
right
Slater.
there.
That's respect. I'm like, yeah, Jackie Slater. Yeah, for you. Yep, absolutely. I'm getting in this cold tub. But I could say like Mark Jackson when I went to Denver. Mark Jackson, Lilo Lang, they looked out for me though. They looked out for me out there. You know what I'm saying? The cool brothers, man, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm
Sir.
saying?
Wow, that's
Got in a
good.
couple of scuffles out there. That's why I ended up having to leave. Had to leave Denver. You know what I'm saying? Beat up one of my teammates twice. You know what I'm saying? Popping off at the lip. You know what I'm saying? When guys get on drugs, they like to pop off at the lip, bro. I'm not one of those guys. You can respect me, but don't disrespect me. You don't have to respect me, but don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? So I put hands on him twice, and we both ended up getting cut off the team in '91 training camp.
Mm.
Yeah, y'all probably know who he is. Y'all probably
I
heard
was
of his
gonna
name.
ask you. I wanted to know who it was.
I thought he was about to say Gaston Green.
No, it's
Oh,
a Michigan State running back, white boy.
Ooh, Michigan State run. I don't know. I can't go to Michigan.
Check out, go to YouTube and check out Hawaii against Michigan State.
Okay, 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 okay.
But yeah, it's all good. Shannon Sharp was out there too. Shannon Sharp was a cool dude. He was cool. Bobby Humphrey was cool, man. Simon Fletcher, there was a lot of cool dudes out there in Denver though. You know what I'm saying? Vance Johnson was cool. John Elway was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But like saying, it's a business. Like saying, you really gotta, have the mentality and have the mindset to, to make it. You know what I'm saying? Even though everything else is going on, you still gotta take it as a business, man. And that's what
so
it
would
is.
would you say would you say a lot of the guys that make it, it's not that they're the most talented or the best, it's just that they had the mentality, or they was able to play the game, they was able to play the mental game.
Yeah, for sure, man. Because like I said, them cats, man, everybody's working hard. Everybody's good in NFL. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, go the extra mile. Like, I like the Sanders brothers, man. They in the community a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's separating you from the average guy is being in the community. You know what I'm saying? You're going into work, you're talking to the coaches, you watch your film. You know what I'm saying? You're doing what it's gonna take for you to make the team. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, sometimes it is. Sometimes you can call it brown nosing. You can call it brown nosing, but them guys know it's a business, and you trying to do what you can to make that team. You know what I'm saying? Working out, coming in hard, you staying late, coming in early. That's what it is. You trying to make that team. And I got hats off, man. I'm telling you, I commend anybody who's trying to go to the NFL and make it to the NFL, even if it's a practice squad, whatever they're doing, man. I commend that because they know it's a hard work to get there. It's a lot of work to get there. And like I said, the mentality it takes to be there and have a longevity career in there is that's what it is. It's a mindset and it's a business. That's what it is. It becomes business. And if you good, if you're in with the coaches, you cool with the coaches, then you have even with your position coach, then you probably have an opportunity to try to make the team. Yep.
Wow. So you
Yeah.
gotta know how to play the game. Also,
You gotta know how to play the game. Yes, sir.
not just the game on the field, but it's the game off the field as well. Huh?
Yeah, the game off the field as well, because it's a business. It definitely is, man. It's a business, and like saying, you always being watched by everybody. Always watch you in the community. So you're out there in the community. You're trying to do the right thing. And if you're working in the community, then looking out for people in the community, then that's definitely a positive.
So when did you know that your playing career was over?
So after I got picked up by San Francisco 49ers in '92, and I herniated my disc in my back. I'm like, oh, nah, hell no, I'm done with this shit, bro. Because like I said,
Wow.
my best time in football, besides college, was playing with my guys from Pacoima and bang get over with. It was a dark football league. Bang get over with. You know what I'm saying? JB the twins with the two P's and the B and OVGs on the same team. We won back-to-back championships. You know what I'm saying? In the Vegas when they had the 7-on-7 stuff.
The flag
That's like,
football?
yeah, we
Yeah, I
won
remember that.
back to back. We just go to Point Saddle
Yeah, I
play cats
remember
in
all
LA.
this.
But yeah, when I was playing with those guys, man, Ty Light, you know what I'm saying, and Dabo and the twins and OVGs, GT and John Brazil and Dabo, Sean Clark and Boosie. Not excuse me, not Boo, no Barney Rue,
Barney
rest in
Rule.
peace. Yeah, but man, Kenny Furness and Ramsey, you know what I'm saying? We was putting it down. We was winning championships back to back.
That was a squad.
Then
They had
Chris,
a squad, bro.
yeah,
They had a squad. They
yeah,
had a
bang get
squad.
over with. Yeah, bang get over with. But that was the best time I had, man. As far as football go, being able to play with my guy from Pacoima because I didn't go to San Fernando and I didn't go to Kennedy. You know what I'm saying? Being able to play with those guys, man, that was a highlight of my football career that I definitely cherish, bro. Because that was
Come
fun
on.
times.
There it
That was
is
fun times.
there.
So
That's
that's
right.
when so okay. Okay. So what after you finished playing football, what career choice or what path did you take?
Man, navigating, man. I was worked at Coca-Cola for 10 years. I work as a teacher's assistant. I'm a social worker now. I coach football. And like I said, after 92, since I didn't work for like 3 years. Cause like Dwight Clark, rest in peace, he just wrote me a check, sent me on my way. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. Yeah, man. Like shoot, you navigate, man. You try to figure it out. We still navigating. I'm 56. We still navigating. I'm a social worker now. We still navigating through it. Still trying to figure it out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Staying prayerful, man, trying to figure it out, raise your family, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm coming out there next week from a family reunion.
I'll see you. I'll
Yeah,
see you because I'm gonna come visit
yeah,
you, Tim.
come
Don't
through.
trip.
Yeah, for real, man. And like I said, man, being able to see my family, man, Pacafella and G Principal, you know what I'm saying? Those my people, man, you know what I'm saying? Packtown Entertainments, Pack Life Records. I'm the
That's right.
president.
Salute.
I'm a
Salute.
president. I'm a president of the
Okay.
record label, you know what I'm
That's what I'm
saying?
talking
And
about.
Of
Okay.
course,
That's what
we
I'm
got
talking
our,
about.
of course, we got our All Paul's Bakery up here. Me and my wife, we got our business up here, All Paul's Pet Bakery, and Mudbone. We got the Mudbone LLP going on, and we
I
try
want
to,
to be a
man.
part of that. I want to be a part of the Bone family, big bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it because I know we had one guy cross over. They didn't want to let him cross, but he was doing other stuff. He was doing other stuff for the frat. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely talk about all that, man. But yeah, man, life is good, man. We just gotta stay prayerful, man, and stay blessed like we've been doing, man. Y'all keep y'all positivity up, man, because it's a definitely this point of perspective for real.
Appreciate
Hey,
you.
nah, we only as good as the guests we bring on, man. And we just try to, we just try to bring them organic stories out, man. Um, So we right up on this hour, and what I like to ask folks is, so if you talking to 15-year-old Tim Stallworth, what life advice would you give him?
Man, just like I said, this is stay focused. Stay focused and keep working. Keep working hard. Decisions that we make, sometimes can hinder us. I'm glad I'm alive, bro, because I don't get into the negative things, but that's gonna be in, like I said, that's gonna be in a short story, because I know you had one guy on there who do short stories, so that's gonna be a whole nother part about it. I got it written out. I got a lot of stuff written out, but I'm like Jack Johnson. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know who Jack Johnson is, white girls, you take them across the state line, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to charge you $50.
Come
So
on.
I give you $100 because I'm coming
100.
back with her, coming back with across state lines. But like I said, man, just stay focused and continue to be humble, man. Like I said, and stay away from alcohol and drugs. Stay away from alcohol and drugs, because a lot of people don't be in their right mind when they get killed. A lot of people don't be in their right mind when they get killed. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
big.
when people kill people, they don't be in their right mind. But some people get away with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you repent, you keep repenting for your sins that you committed, and you try to keep yourself, you try to avoid a lot of things that you shouldn't be around anyway. So like I said, man, I'm thankful to God. That's what I wanted to do as a kid, man, is to go to NFL. I call it the niggas police, and then the not for long. That's what I call it.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? But that's something I want to do as a kid, man. I think everybody, like I said, I grew up with in Pacoima, bro. Because like I said, you couldn't be no slouch. You had to be a competitor growing up in Pacoima. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, bro. That's what it was.
Okay. Boom. Wrap it up, man. What you got for us, man? What'd you get from there?
Man,
What'd
I'm
you,
just
man?
glad to have a homie on, man. The roots where it started, and I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm just glad to have you here, Tim. I've been
I
trying to get you to
appreciate
come on. I'm gonna just keep it 100, man. And
it. Yes,
everybody
sir.
tune into our stuff. We just want to keep it positive. You know what I'm
Man, I
saying?
appreciate it, man. I
That's all
appreciate
we're
it.
doing is keeping it positive. And again, we trying to show the world, show everybody what we got coming out our town, man. We got a lot of positive shit coming out of our neighborhood. You feel
Man,
me?
a lot, man. And a lot, man.
Straight
Tell
up,
people,
and a lot more to come. And then one more thing, Tim, if we can we have you on again, man? You know what I'm saying? We'd love to have you on
man.
again.
I mean,
Okay,
absolutely, man.
just want to make
Absolutely.
sure because we need a
Yeah,
part two to
absolutely.
this. It's
For
part two
sure,
to
man.
this.
And you guys keep doing your thing, man, because I love watching you guys, man. I love watching your guests. You know what I'm saying? And it's too many to name, but I love watching those guys, man. I love watching you guys and what you guys doing, man. So keep up the good work, the
It's good.
positivity, you know what I'm saying? Because we are trying to navigate through this life.
It's good to know that we got cats like yourself, watching us and tuning in and feeling like our show is substantive. Yeah,
Right? I don't
substance
understand.
has substance to it.
I
You
understand what you're
know,
saying. Exactly. Exactly. And,
substantive,
and Pacoima,
substantive
Pacoima
has
definitely.
substance to it. You know what I
I
mean?
got you. Pacoima definitely a city of stars, man. So that's
It's
real
so
talk.
many, man. Like I say,
A lot of them,
you a little older than me, but I didn't even know. I'm learning how many Pacoima cats actually got to touch the league, man.
for
Uh,
real.
like
It's a
like
lot.
Bones said, we want to get Brandon. We trying to get Brandon Browner, Russell White. We got a few more, man.
John
That
Yeah,
Diggs,
yeah,
if
John
I can
yeah.
find
Diggs,
DeWitt, we try to find all you brothers, man.
Lambert. It's a lot of cats that touch the league, man, and that's crazy. That right there, like you say, it's so much positivity in the neighborhood, so much history, and so many cats that was just sharpening each other to where
Real.
they didn't even know how far each one everybody could have took it. Some people took their own routes, but those that was actually stayed on the path found out that they could compete with some of the best in the world. So that's what's crazy about it. So
And that's a beautiful thing, man. Because I'm definitely always rooting for people from Pacoima, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's where I'm born and raised. Born and raised, man. I'm always rooting room for my people, man.
Always. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there y'all go. Another epic exclusive from the Stone and Bone. This is what we do. Let's get those likes and subscriptions up, please. We keep bringing content that y'all not seeing nowhere else. So tell your peoples also subscribe. Just shoot them an episode and see what they think. And with that being said, once again, thanks, Tim, man. I appreciate you, man. It's great
Yes,
meeting
sir.
you, man.
Yes,
For
sir.
real.
Salute, man. Yes, sir. Keep up the good work,
Salute
fellas.
to you. All right.
All
Salute.
right, man. We
All right.
out of here. Y'all have a good one. All right, Tim.
You too,
Talk to you
man.
in a few
All right.
days.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.